Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're well. So, this is going to be a structured altcoin check. We're not going to be doing hype, we're going to be going off the evidence, off the charts, off history, and seeing exactly what's out there when it comes to altcoins. Now, I'm going to be walking you through indicators that actually tell us whether we're moving towards an alt season or if we're still in a Bitcoin led market with a few isolated pumps and dumps. Um, First of all, I'll do a price check, and then we'll go into other things just by checking the charts, like our fibs and our heat maps, etc. We'll also have a look at the ETH and Bitcoin pair because it's one of the earliest rotation charts. If ETH starts to use its strength or starts moving against Bitcoin, it could often signal that the market is willing to take more risks. At that rotation can eventually spill over to the wider altcoin market. Next, we'll look at things like Bitcoin dominance specifically, which is one of the cleanest signals in the markets in the market. If the dominance is rising, then most of us know it's not going to be alt season. It's when it rolls over after the dominance and the ETH and Bitcoin pair. We'll look at total two. That's the total crypto market cap excluding Bitcoins. And it's crucial because it does separate Bitcoin moving the market from the broader market actually going up. We'll also look at total three and others. We'll layer everything around. We'll go through other things. Things are quite new to this market, such as coin count and other sort of indexes that look at alt season, fear and greed, sentiment, rainbow charts, all the rest of it. So by the end of the stream, we'll have a clear view on what needs to be done to improve alt season or for it to be confirmed or validated, and how we can and how we can use the data to come to that conclusion. Before I go any further, I'm just going to have a quick look at the chat. Hello, Mike Volmer. I hope you're well. And John Legend, welcome. Black Hat Team, guys, I don't know if you can hear that. That's the washing machine. If it's too loud, I'll turn it off because it's right next to the other side of that door, actually. Peace of my mind. I hope you're well. Rob C, I hope you're well. Prior 8T2000, I hope you're well. Oh, Kitty, yes, the kittens are Satoshi. I'm not really a kitten anymore, over 6 months old. Satoshi is around. East Side, California here. I love that. Okay, awesome. And obviously we've got Nightbot. We've got other people watching. So if you are watching, do pop in and say hi. Okay, let's quickly get into the markets first. 1 second. Okay, so we're going to be looking at the Bitcoin. We're going to be looking at Bitcoin to begin with, full stop. There we go. Guys, can you see that? You should be able to see that. Let me take off what's in the background. Media. Let me see if I can take that off. Yep, I'll take off the overlay. Probably a bit better for your eyes. There we go. Okay, so we can see, you see my cursor? I can't see it. Oh, I can now. Okay. So we've got Bitcoin up. We've got the price action up. When we were talking a couple of days ago, I think I did this 2 weeks ago. Bitcoin was below the golden pocket. So Bitcoin had made its made a move. It had used the golden pocket. The golden ratio was resistance. We did go up over it 2 times. Went beneath it, and we touched upon the level underneath. Now we got rejected. We are on the daily chart. We moved above it. We had a breakout, but it was a fake out. We got rejected. We're going down below. Now, when we look at the heat map, it's pretty obvious that there's a lot more liquidity above than there is below. Yep, above than there is below. And it's quite interesting because it's between, say, for example, 90 and 93. Here we've got the golden pocket, and here we're looking at 92 and 93. So my best guess is that we're going to be heading up towards that liquidity, grab that liquidity, and also naturally being pulled towards the golden ratio, if that makes sense. If we zoom out, we're still doing exactly the same thing that we were before. Absolutely nothing has broken, nothing has changed. So we've been in this trend for a good couple of years. It's a very strong upward trend line, this channel. We got to the 6th of October 2025, which was naturally the end of the 4-year cycle duration wise. So if it's going by time, that was where the 4-year cycle was going to end. So now we're at this trend line here. What we need to see, if we're still in a bull market, we need to see the price action come up, break above the last all-time high. If it doesn't, if it ranges, and bearing in mind Bitcoin has ranged for years in the past before, very easily, it can do it again. It did it in 2018, 19 time. It did it in 2020. No, it didn't do it then. It did it in 19. It's done it quite a few times. It's done it in 2015. We can easily, for a very, very long time, range between the all-time high and 70,000 US dollars. And again, 70,000 US dollars, because Bitcoin has never been below the price that it was on election day. We are respecting this trend line at the moment, which is good. If we look at, let me show you here first. So what I'm going to show you, I'm just going to show you this area here, because this is really quite interesting. So we broke below, so we came from the all-time high, we came close to that trend line, we didn't touch it, or maybe we did, I can't see. And then we kind of ranged, we went 1, 2, 3 times, we hit this line here, we had the fake out, and then obviously we're going down. Bitcoin did something similar at the end, or at the beginning of the last bear market. It did something similar. So if we go back to, when was it? It was here, because I've done it here. So if we see here, we've got the all-time high of the last bull cycle at 29,000 US dollars. We came down, and then we had 1, 2, 3 touches on this line or thereabouts. We had the fake out, and then we went right the way down. So there could be a bigger move to the downside coming up. And you can see it more clearly here. You can see it more clearly here. Which one am I looking at? So that's the one that we got now. So I need to take this one back to... You see it quite clearly here, actually. There we go. Here it is. Back when it was in the 40s, that was a good time. Should have bought more. Lol. Again, coming down from the all-time high, we had these touches on this line here. We had the fake out, and then it went right the way down to the bear market lows back in 2022. What was 2022? It was the first quarter of the bear market. Then obviously we had it. We're having it. If this is the bull run, the all-time high. If it is the all-time high, we're coming down. We at this moment in time, we have respected this trend line. It could be that we've had these couple of touches, we've had the fake out, we're rolling around, we could technically be going down. If we do go down, I don't suppose we'll go underneath 70,000 US dollars. So that's basically Bitcoin, my take on Bitcoin at the moment. I do think we're going up to the I do think we're going up. There you go. I do think we're going up to the golden pocket, and then we'll see what happens from there. Okay, we're going to next look at ETH and Bitcoin. ETH against Bitcoin. Now, that's a ratio chart, and it shows Ethereum's price. Because if we want to know where alt season is, if we've already had alt season as well this cycle, a Megatron alt season, we really do need to look at this ratio, Ethereum priced in Bitcoin instead of Ethereum priced in US dollars. We are talking about the crypto market. So if we say, or if it shows that ETH has been outperforming Bitcoin, or it has or Bitcoin has been underperforming ETH. So that's what we're going to see. And it matters because Bitcoin is the largest and the safest asset in crypto. And when Ethereum is gaining against Bitcoin, it usually signals increasing appetite and a willingness from the market to move from Bitcoin from Bitcoin into Ethereum. And obviously we did a live stream on this as well. So Bitcoin always chooses to move into Ethereum historically. Bitcoin chooses to move into Ethereum because Ethereum has the most amount of liquidity. And because it's a ratio, ETH against Bitcoin, it also removes a lot of confusion that's caused by the US dollar moving up and down, macro, and all the other stuff that's going on in the market. Bitcoin and Ethereum can both rise in USDT or US dollars, but that doesn't tell you who's winning the race. Is it Bitcoin or is it Ethereum? And what we want to see is that if Bitcoin is trending down, that means, if Ethereum or the chart's trending up, it means ETH is winning. It's rising faster. It's rising faster than Bitcoin, and vice versa. This is why Ethereum, oh my God, I love this cat. Ethereum and Bitcoin is used very early in the rotation indicators. It's like a rotation indicator. When the markets shift to on risk, Ethereum tends to move as the largest and most. I need to put you down because he's purring and he does something to me when he purrs. It's the largest coin, and it's also the safest coin outside of Bitcoin, or it is considered to be. Now, classically, alt season rotation looks like this. Bitcoin runs first, then the market starts to take more risks, and money moves along from not just Bitcoin, but into Ethereum and then the wider altcoin market. So on the charts, we need to see, where are they? Let me share the screen again. There. So this is Bitcoin, Ethereum against Bitcoin, and this is an absolutely, I love this. Okay, so obviously, as we know, 2013, Vitalik Buterin was working at the Bitcoin magazine. People were trying to scale Bitcoin, and he saw firsthand how very much difficult that was, because the Bitcoin's blockchain is not designed to be scaled in a way that people were trying to scale it. So he published the white paper in 2013. 2014, they had the ICOs, raised millions of US dollars, and 2015, the coin came on the market. And then, as we can see, it's ranging absolutely fine. 2016, it's starting to take more of Bitcoin's market share. But where it tends to, or where it actually takes Bitcoin's market share, was in its first bull run. Bearing in mind, this was 2017. A lot of things were happening in the market in 2017. You had pretty much, you were in the heat of the block size wars. That was the big blockers and the small blockers fighting to find out what they were going to do with Bitcoin or Bitcoin Cash, etc. So you had that. You also had Ethereum on the scene now, and Ethereum was called, or was considered, the Bitcoin killer. And then in the 2021 bull run, there were Ethereum killers like Solana. So here we can see that round about February 2017, Ethereum is getting more of the market share, or money is moving in from Bitcoin to Ethereum until June 2017. And then obviously we have that parabolic move later on in Bitcoin. But still, and then we had the rotation into altcoins. Now we had the all-time high for 2027 in December 2017. In December 2017 was the all-time high for that cycle. And what happened after that was that a lot of money came out of the altcoins and they went back into Ethereum first. And this is where you see this move here. So you can actually see it on Bitcoin dominance as well. I'll show you. So you have a lot of money coming back into Ethereum. It's doing better than Bitcoin. Bitcoin's obviously going down until February 2018, which was already a bear market. 1 second. I'm actually on another screen at the moment. I'm trying to go back to 2018. So you can see here, December 2017, all the way to the beginning of January 2018, Ethereum was getting more of the share from Bitcoin, and you can see it here as well. December 2007. Guys, can you hear me? Because it's telling me you guys can't hear me anymore. Oh, okay, so you can. Okay, so I don't know why my screen's saying that my audio's gone and to restart this. Okay, that's fine. So here, if we go back on this chart, you can see the dominance going as well. So here, Ethereum, all the money was going into Ethereum, and Bitcoin, the dominance of Bitcoin was just ranging. And then if we go back here, so this, you can see how everything is coming together and how the rotation is happening. If we go back to 2021, again, you can see on this chart, Ethereum goes up. So from January, basically, it's going down. There we go. From March, it's going up. And it goes up until May. What was happening in Bitcoin at the time? Bitcoin was coming down, but the market share, there was a lot more money going into Ethereum. It's the same sort of thing. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to show you. I won't show you. Not this time. But yeah, 1 second. So you could see. Oh my God, my thing's not working. Here we go. So you can see for Ethereum to gain share of Bitcoin, this chart needs to go up. It's not been going up. So the last time it went up was in June 2025. What happened in June 2025? I think it was in March 2025. We had the Genius Act come through. March, April, May, June. I think that time we had a lot of bullish news. So Ethereum was getting more of the market share. Money was rotating from Bitcoin into Ethereum, into other coins, but it did not happen. We did not get to see the altcoin. We had round about here, The Made in America coins came out round about this time. Other than that, it's literally just been going sideways. So there's no alt season, there's no rotation at the moment from Bitcoin into Ethereum. It's just literally going sideways. So that's one thing that we can say that has not been happening. Again, if Ethereum moves up, Bitcoin is outperforming. Ethereum is outperforming Bitcoin, and that's currently not happening. All we're seeing is sideways action. If we look at Bitcoin dominance next, and this is how, we're gonna see how it's been behaving in the past. The pullbacks on Bitcoin dominance in the past, the pullbacks in Bitcoin dominance in the past have historically been for alt season, for the major alt seasons that we've had, either 30 to 50% percentage points pullbacks. This cycle so here you could see we had come into 2018. So here's 2017. That's the bear market. So 2017, we can literally see that from this area, from the whole of 2017, Bitcoin's dominance was going up. And I always say it, Bitcoin in 2017, off you go, Satoshi. In 2017, we have a chart that literally goes like this, and then it goes absolutely parabolic. And it's the same sort of thing. So Bitcoin was losing its dominance. Money was rotating into Ethereum. Then it was rotating into other coins, especially in the later part. And then we had this massive dip here. And that's what happens to Bitcoin dominance. It rolls over. So all the money from Bitcoin goes into Ethereum, and then the other coins. We'll talk about stable coins in a minute, because that's kind of messed it up a little bit. Again, in 2021, from January 2021, we started to go down, and then we went down pretty much quite hugely when we went parabolic in March, April time. And then from there, we obviously had sideways action going into 2022, 2023. And that tells us the second part of the bull run was not on Bitcoin dominance going down. Even so, here we can see that Bitcoin dominance went up, it rolled over, and it went down. So that helped or contributed towards the second peak. Now, since then, Bitcoin's dominance has been ranging in this channel, in this upward channel, making higher highs and higher lows since 2022. Recently, ever so recently, in August 2025, it went below the channel. It went below the trend line. It tried to get above it, but it hasn't been able to. And so far, Bitcoin dominance is underneath the trend line. Now, if we look back at 2017, Bitcoin's dominance fell, I think it was about 56 percentage points. 2021, it fell about 33 percentage points. So far, the only time that it's kind of fallen half decently was around here, when it only fell 8 or 9 percentage points. And that's literally how much it fell. If you take into consideration that we do this cycle is obviously very different from the previous cycles. We now have stable coins. People used to onboard money into crypto using Bitcoin and Ethereum. You can still do that with the ETFs, but what you can't do, or what you didn't, or what most people were not doing at the time. So this is the only time, and actually, to be fair, this is the highest it's actually been in the cycle, around about 66%. And then it just went down. I think it was like 9 basis points, 8 or 9 basis points. That's about it. It's now being rejected from this trend line. In 2021, it fell 32% percentage points. Why am I saying basis point? I mean percentage points. We do have stable coins now. A lot of money is coming in from institutions, and it's going to stable coins. And if the Clarity Act goes through, a lot more money will be coming through stable coins, and it will be stored in stable coins. More than that, when it comes to Bitcoin dominance, we need to take into account that there's a huge amount of Bitcoin, absolute huge amount of Bitcoin that will never see exchanges again. People like Michael Saylor are saying that he's going to burn his seed phrases. We've got Strategy taking on Bitcoin. I think over one public traded company is putting Bitcoin on its balance sheets every single week now. The adoption is absolutely crazy. When you come to Total 3, we won't do that. We'll do others. Okay, so another thing that we can find out if alt season has already occurred is if we look at the others charts. Now, others basically is all the cryptocurrencies, excluding the major cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin and the top 10. So all the heavyweights. In the past, when we have got to previous bull runs. For example, here's the 2021 bull run. You can see others are the other coins, they're gaining a lot of market share ever so slowly. It is going behind Bitcoin and Ethereum. Into April 2021, we've hit the first local high. But what happens is you have that rotation. So Bitcoin hits its high, you have the rotation into Ethereum, and then from Ethereum, you have it into the rest of the coins. And that's why you can see others didn't actually peak for the first peak until May. And then obviously we had that correction. And that's when a lot of Bitcoins were taken off the exchanges because there was a supply shock in Bitcoin. And because a lot more money was coming into the crypto market and we had that euphoria phase, bearing in mind the Pi cycle top was not hit for the second part of the bull run in 2021, that's when you see the others gaining a lot of traction right the way to the top until November 2021. And then they ranged for a little bit before they came down. And that's the same sort of thing that you want to see and we had the same thing here back over in 2017. There's no point going before that because there was hardly any other coins, to be fair. But here again, you have the same thing as it's picking up in I think it was the 30th of November 2017 was an all-time high, but I'm not too sure. I can't remember now. But you had that rotation from Bitcoin to Ethereum, and then you had it to others. And then you have the euphoria phase. You don't get it in Bitcoin because a lot of people have already made their money in Bitcoin. They want to make money everywhere else. It's all a part of the market psychology as well, which is absolutely amazing. You should try to read a little bit about it. It's so funny how people behave, especially with the herd behavior. Anyway, they didn't top obviously in December. They kept running until January, whenever. And even a little bit after that. This cycle, ignore this wick down. I don't know why they have this wick down because I don't remember anything happening on like the 10th or 12th of October. But we haven't seen altcoins take off like we have done in the previous bull markets. So 2025, we had that alt season in late 2024 and 2025. We had that because money tends to flow into the markets round about November of the halving year, because on the halving year you also have the elections. So in the halving year, you also have the elections, and that's when money starts to flow into the markets. And then it continued on until that first part of 2024. Sorry, yeah. Where am I? Here you go. 2024, 2025, January 2025, going onwards. And then after that, you've pretty much have had absolutely nothing. There has not been an alt season. not like the traditional alt season. And right now, it looks very unlikely that they could do, but I highly doubt it. This is something. Um, this is actually really important. Let me share this with you. These are. Uh, these are, or this tracks how many coins there are in the market, and there are millions of new tokens and coins and projects now, and that changed how the market work. Money in crypto is limited, but new coins are not, so liquidity doesn't spread evenly. It consolidates into a small number of coins given at any time. And that's why alt season doesn't mean or will never mean anything now that everything pumps. There are simply too many coins in the market. Most coins won't even move very much. Now, back in 2017, our first bull run. Oh, it's written the way the Americans write it. They put the month first. How crazy is that? And then the day. But on the, say, for example, on the 29th of November 2017, zero altcoins were created on that particular day. Can you guys see that? Yeah. Um, there was hardly any altcoins being created. Nowadays, though, in the last year and just the last year, we've had a peak of having a day when there was over 1 million altcoins created. Noticeably, most of them probably are memes. How many were created? Like over 500,000, nearly 600,000 were created in 13th of August last year. What is that? Again, 547,000. That's huge. A huge amount of altcoins have or are being created. If we look back at 2017, here we go. That's 18, that's 17. So round about the peak of 2017, there was 18,000 alternative coins. And that's why you often hear people say, I would buy an altcoin and no matter what, it will rise, because there was hardly any altcoins in the market. And most of these as well, you wouldn't buy them because you'd know that they were dead. Fast forward to 2021. That's April. Is that April? Yep. April. It's the way that it's written. It's so American. There was 20,000 altcoin roundabout when we had the top, the first top in 2021. For the second top, 20,000, pretty much 20,000 altcoins. No, that's not right. 9, 10, 11. Yeah. So over 20,000 coins. Now you have, in this year, you have over 30 million coins. Bearing in mind, obviously, there's two type of altcoins. You have meme coins. Now, meme coins, for those people who are unaware, they're just little they're a code on the blockchain with a JPEG, and that's pretty much about it. With memes, you don't need a specialist team, you don't need premises, you don't need expertise, you don't need staff, you don't need market. Well, you actually do need marketing. That's how memes run. Memes run on two things. They run on marketing and hype. On hype and on community. That's the only two things that a meme really needs to run on, and one something that people will buy it for. So it has to be like cute or something similar to that. That's what a meme is. It's pretty much, you don't need to spend a lot of money on it. In the sense where you have an altcoin, you need expertise. You probably need a team behind you. You need a marketing budget. You might need premises. All the rest of it. You're actually making and you're building something. There's a lot of costs involved in that. There are these silly little things as well. So alt season, it's 37. We're not in alt season. But if you come down and you look at, what it deems that alt season, it needs to be up in the 90s for it to be in the alt season. Um, and then down here it says that there was an alt season there, which must have been 2021. Uh, I mean, these sort of things. I mean, this thing, I actually played with it for a while. It most certainly doesn't make too much sense. I wouldn't even. Actually, I'm here now, so let's do it. Oh, okay. So here we go. Yep, alt season over 100. Oh. Alt season over 100. And in February, apparently there was an alt season as well. That's yeah. April 2021. You know, it's very very high. Why does it say in a bear market, literally almost in the bottom of a bear market, there was an alt season? The actual bottom of the 2022 bear market was in December. So I'm not entirely sure why there's a rotation there. I remember that time. I don't even, I remember that time. Blah, de, blah, de, blah. Again, for alt season, you need to have sentiment. We don't see sentiment now in the Bitcoin or the crypto space. And that's pretty much obvious anywhere that you look. We were all in communities, and there's a lot of people that were in our communities that are not here right now. And groups are just very, very quiet. Oh, Alexandra G, hello, how are you? Please do smash the like. I do not say it enough. So yeah, please do smash the like. I'm just going to have a quick look at the one second. I'm just going to have a quick look at what you guys have been saying, and then we're pretty much going to end it there after I've done a tiny summary. Taylor, how are you? I'm good. I hope you're well. Yeah, I know. When he purrs, it does something. Oh my God, look, Army Piper. Army Piper. Oh, you can't see my heart. Army Piper. Yeah, Satoshi. Princess Solana. Okay. Can you I can overlay the Bitcoin and Ethereum chart, or I can have them underneath each other, but there's no point now because I've done it now. Acts, I hope you're well. Yes, he is. He's a Blue Point Siamese. He's very, very expensive. Oh, hello, David. I hope you're well. I missed your... Oh, okay, awesome. So what we'll do is we'll leave it there. What did we go through today? So I did the price. We had a look at the price of Bitcoin. So I think it's going to go up slightly towards the golden pockets. Going to go up towards the golden pocket. If we look back at the beginning of the last bear market, we're seeing a similar setup where we went down from the all-time high. We ranged, we hit that line a couple of times. We had the fake out, and then we went down into a bear market. So it's something just to be, yeah. I mean, it might not happen. Let's hope it doesn't happen. But even if it does go into a bear market, I honestly do not think it will go below 70,000 US dollars. If it does, it does. I would never be selling my Bitcoin. I don't care how low it goes. So we did that. We had a quick look at the heat map and Fibonacci. We had the Ethereum and Bitcoin pair. It's not behaving like it would or should in an alt season. In fact, it has not behaved like that at all. In fact, it has not behaved. When I'm doing this, I'm actually zooming out. So you've got 2023 here. Now here, May 2020, April 2025, it did go up a little bit, but we had nothing there. That was literally the hype, I think, from the White House. March, I'm very sure they announced like the Made in America coins, or was it the Genius Act? I can't remember, but this was just all hype. It really was. February, January, yeah. So that's not behaving like it should. With Bitcoin dominance, we have had, fortunately or unfortunately, however you want to see it, we have had a rollover. We've had a 8 point percentage drop. We've had an 8 or 9% percentage drop, but I highly doubt that was it. So I do think it's going to go up, and I think it does need to definitely it needs to go past 166, and then it needs to roll over in good fashion. We quickly touched upon total 2. Total 3 is slightly different because that removes Bitcoin as well. It's not behaving, and again, we are zoomed out. It's not behaving like it did in the other 2 previous bull markets. There's no point looking at 2013 because there was not very many altcoins, and even Ethereum didn't even exist. We had a look at others, which basically here it's the total market cap excluding the top 10. That includes Bitcoin and Ethereum, and again, it's not really doing anything. It's not telling us anything. It's just ranging. The market's very, very boring. We had a quick look at the amount of coins that there are currently in the system. There's just way too many coins. Not everything will rise, and so many coins are being, what does that say? Oh my gosh. Okay, so on the 20th of January, 58,000 coins were made. Okay. But anyway, it's not going to be like the alt season that we had in the past because there's just too many coins. Now, I did have Crypto Seth on once as well, and I liked what he said. He said that when retail come back in, and obviously they're not in at the moment, nobody's in, hardly anyone's in crypto at the moment. So if you guys are still here, I really hope you guys win. I really, really do. You deserve to win. But yeah, so it's not like everything, not like, even half of that, even like a third of that. This stuff is not going to all rise like it did in 2017, pretty much in 2021 as well. A lot of the coins did rise. Even the crap coins started to rise based on narratives. It's unlikely that that would happen. Obviously, we know the narratives of this cycle, things like RWA, what is it, memes, privacy coins, and Bitcoin, obviously. So it's no point being a degen investor anymore. Like literally none. I've actually sold absolutely everything. The fear and greed is basically, and this is on the 1 year, by the way, because I'm always zooming out. This is on the 1 year. It's been 21. Extreme greed has only happened for 1 day. Literally 1 day. It was extreme greed. Last month as well. This is so most of the time in the last 365 days we've either been in neutral or in fear. That's not a bull market at all. Anyway, that is the cycle check for altcoins. We haven't really had an alt season. We've never had it. We haven't had a traditional alt season. Bearing in mind as well, we've now got the stable coins, and a lot of coins, a lot of Bitcoin, especially, will never see the light of day now because we have so much institutional adoption. And we'll talk about institutional adoption once as well, because what's going on is absolutely crazy. These companies are buying Bitcoin instead of raising money. And I'm not even talking about millions, I'm talking about billions. Some companies are raising billions of US dollars to buy Bitcoin. They're not raising it to buy real estate. They're not raising it for marketing. They're not raising it for bringing out a new product. They're not raising it to give each other bonuses because they love to do that, things like that. Always at the banks. I don't know if, yeah. They're not doing it for that. They're literally doing it to buy Bitcoin. And when they buy this Bitcoin, they're going to hold it forever. or a very, very long time. And when they do sell it, they'll probably sell it in between themselves or on OTC. It's not going to come to our exchanges. That's brilliant. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining me today. Next week, we'll be talking about, on Monday, we'll be talking, it will be me and Bill Noble, and we'll be talking about the Japanese crisis, the banking crisis in Japanese, and the currency crisis. And it's really important to actually know what's going on there, because Japan has more US bonds than any other country. So Japan's currency and its market has to survive, and it has to thrive. Otherwise, we're all in trouble. That's brilliant. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. And I will see you